Good morning, viewers. I am Dr.I.JANNATHUL FIRTHOUSE, Assistant Professor of Mathematics, A.D.M. College for Women, Autonomous, NAGAPATTINAM. Now we are going to discuss about the topic Simplex Method in Operations Research. What is the Simplex Method? We have to find the solution in maximum for the subject to the constraints given in the subject to the constraints. Okay. So first of all, we have to check the problem in maximize and the subject to the constraint, all the subject to the constraint in less than or equal to constraints. Whether we have to check the problem, maximize results equal to 4x1 plus 10x2 and the subject to the constraint is 2x1 plus x2 less than or equal to 50, 2x1 plus 5x2 less than or equal to 100, 2x1 plus 3x2 less than or equal to 90, x1 comma x2 greater than or equal to 0. In subject to the constraint, we have to introduce the slack variable. We have to introduce the slack variable, then we have to put the equality signs. So now we need three slack variables. In first inequality, second inequality and the third inequality. We have to introduce x3 greater than or equal to 0, x4 greater than or equal to 0 and x5 greater than or equal to 0 in first, second and third inequality. Then we have to put the equality sign. Okay. So, solution. So, the slack variables are dummy variables. Slack variables are dummy variables. So, maximize z is equal to 4x1 plus 10x2. So, what we introduce the slack variable? x3, x4, x5 already I told. So, x3 greater than or equal to 0, x4 the slack variable. x3 greater than or equal to 0, x4 greater than or equal to 0 and x5 greater than or equal to 0 in first, second and third inequality. So, these slack variables are dummy variables. Dummy means that is 0x3 plus 0x4 plus 0x5. So, subject to the constraint 2x1 plus x2 plus x3 is equal to 50. What is the second inequality? 2x1 plus 3x2 plus x4 is equal to 90. 2x1 plus 5x2 plus x4 is equal to 100. Second inequality. What is the third inequality? 2x1 plus 3x2 plus x5 is equal to 90. So, we have to introduce the slack variable x3 in the first inequality, x4 in second inequality and x5 in third inequality. So, what is the first inequality? 2x1 plus x2 plus x3 is equal to 50. Second inequality 2x1 plus 5x2 plus x4 is equal to 100. 2x1 plus 3x2 plus x5 is equal to 90. Now, we have to write in the matrix form. What is the matrix form? Ax is equal to b. So, Ax is equal to b. Here, A is the subject to the constraint, the coefficient of x1, x2, x3. So, 2, 1, 1 and x4, 0, x5, 0 because x4 and x5 not present in the first inequality. So, x4 0 and x5 0. So, what is the second inequality? 2, 5, x3 not present in second inequality. So, we have to put 0. So, x4 1 and x5 0. Next 2, 3, 0, 0, 1. Okay. So, what are the variables present in the equation? So, x1, x2, x3, x4 and x5. So, what is the constant? 50, 100, 90. That is Ax is equal to B. After completing the matrix form, we have to put the tabular form. That is, next we are going to prove the problem. Okay. Now, we are going to proceed in tabular form. Okay. So, what we need? CB, YB, XB, Y1, Y2, Y3, Y4 and Y5 ratio. These things we need. What is meant by Y1, Y2, Y3, Y4 and Y5? What is given in the problem? What are the variables given in the problem? In terms of X, instead of Y1, Y2, Y3, Y4 and Y5, instead of X1, X2, X3, X4 and X5. So, what are the variables in YB? So, what we have to introduce in the slack variable, in the given problem? We introduce the slack variable Y3, Y4 and Y5. Y1, Y2 given, already given in the problem. Maximize z equal to some x1 plus some x2. So, we introduce the slack variable Y3, Y4 and Y5. So, these things are in the YB. Y3, Y4, Y5. Z. Okay. So, what we write in the matrix form, Ax is equal to B. Here B is the constant variables, constants, not variables, constant, 50, 100 and 90. So, we put the constant terms here xB. What is 50, 100, 90. Okay, is that we know? We don't know. 50, 100, 90. Okay, so what are the elements that put here in the Y1, Y2, Y3, the matrix form? What are the elements? 2, 1, 1, 0, 0. Next 2, 5, 0, 1, 0. Next 2, 3, 0, 0, 1. So what are the given in the problem? Maximize z equal to 4x1 plus 10x2. That is 4, 10. 4x1 plus 10x2. So, maximize z equal to 4, 10. So, what are the things in the maximize z? We change the sign and put the here. Minus 10, minus 4 and minus 10. So, okay, table 1. We can't do anything. Just we put the values in the given problem. In the tabular column, first table. So, now we are going to select the column wise. So, how do we select? How can we select? What is the minimum element in Z? You have to see only Z. Concentrate. You have to concentrate on the Z elements. Minus 4 and minus 10. Which one is the minimum element? Minus 4 and minus 10. Obviously, minus 10 is the minimum element. So, we have to select this column. What is this column? Y2. And we have to select the row wise. So, row wise means the xB value divided by Y2. That is, we choose the column. We choose the column Y2. So, 50 divided by 150, 100 divided by 5, 20, 90 divided by 3, 30. So, 50 divided by 150, 100 divided by 5, 20, 90 divided by 3, 30. Because, why we have to select that column? Because minus 10 is the minimum element in Z. So, that's why we select the column Y2. Understand? Do you understand? Okay. So 50 divided by 150, 100 divided by 520, 90 divided by 3, 30. So now we are going to select the row. We have to concentrate only these elements. How can we select? XB value, only the positive, minimum positive, we have to select the row. What is the minimum positive element in 3 variables, 3 constants? 50, 20, 30. Which one is the minimum positive element? 20 is the minimum positive element. So that's why we have to select Y4. That's why we have to select Y4. So what is the column we select? Y2, and the row we select Y4. How can we select? First of all, you have to concentrate only Z elements and Z values. Among the Z values, which one is the minimum element? Which one is the minimum element among these two? Minus 4 and minus 10. According to the minus, highest value become lesser. So minus 4, minus 10 is the minimum element. So Y2 we have to select column wise, and then we have to select the row. How can we select? How can we choose? XB value divided by, choose the column, divided by choosing column, choose the column. So 50 divided by 1, 100 divided by 5 and 90 divided by 3. So 50 divided by 150, 100 divided by 5 20, 90 divided by 3 30. So among these 3 values, which one is the minimum positive? Only positive value. Sometimes all the values are negative, we have to neglect the problem. We can't find the solution. Okay. So among these 3 values, which one is the minimum positive? 20 is the minimum positive. So we have to select the row Y4. So Y4 and Y2. Okay. So we proceed so that is the 5. 5 is the pivot element. Pivot element. That is the row and column intersecting element. 5 is the pivot element or pivot element. Okay. Now we proceed the second tabular column. So Y3 here, Y3. Y4 we doesn't put the Y4 because Y4 going to which column? Y2. Next Y5 is Z. So now we proceed. So next tabular column, the pivot element become 1. And the other corresponding values also become 0. So what can we do? So first of all, we have to do Y4 change it into Y2 because the Y4 goes to Y2. Okay. So Y4, Y2. So 5 become 1. How can? So the 5 divided by itself, 5 divided by 5, then we get here 1. So that is Y4 divided by 5. So we can do all those things, all those elements. So 100 divided by 5. 100 divided by 5, 20. 2 by 5, 1, 0, 1 by 5, 0. Okay. Next, on the corresponding elements are going to 0. How can we do this? You have to multiply anything by these elements, pivot element. Then you have to add only those elements getting 0. So, Y4 divided by Y4 into minus 1 by 5. Y4 into minus 1 by 5 and add Y3. Y4 into minus 1 by 5 plus Y3. Okay. So what is the first element? 100. So 100 into minus 1 by 5 plus y3. Y3 element 50. So minus 20 plus 50, 30. Next 2. 2 into minus 1 by 5 plus 2, that is minus 2 by 5 plus 2, minus 2 plus 10 divided by 5, that is 8 by 5. Here 5 into minus 1 by 5 plus 1. So minus 1 plus 1 getting 0. Other corresponding elements all become 0. Next 0 into anything 0 plus 1. So 1 into minus 1 by 5 minus 1 by 5, these elements getting 0. Now we have to make zeros the corresponding element 3. The same method. What? We have to multiply the pivot element by anything. Then we have to add only by this element, we are getting 0. So y4 into minus 3 by 5 minus 3 by 5 plus y5. Okay. So y4, what is the element in y4? 100. So 100 into minus 3 by 5 plus y5, 90. Okay, so 20 minus 60 plus 90, 30. So what is the element? 30 here also. And 2 into minus 3 by 5 plus 2. So minus 2 3s are 6 by 5 plus 2. So LCM 5 minus 6 plus 5 2s are 10. That is 4 by 5. 4 by 5. Then 5 into minus 3 by 5 plus 3. So we are getting minus 3 plus 3 getting 0. So what is the corresponding elements are become 0. This is the condition. Okay. Next 0 into minus 3 by 5 plus 0. That is 0. Next 1 into minus 3 by 5 plus 0. That is minus 3 by 5. That next 0 into minus 3 by 5 plus 1. That is 1. Okay. Next, the same way, we have to make zeros the minus 10. So, y4 into 2, because y4 into 2, 5 into 2, 10, 10 minus 10, we are getting 0. So, y4 into 2 plus z. Plus z. So, y4, what is the value? 100 into 2 plus z, nothing. So, 200. Next, 2 into 2, 2 into 2, 2 into 2, so 4 minus 4, 0. Five into 2 minus 10, 10 minus 10, 0. Next is 0 into anything 0. So 1 into 2, 2 and add 0 into anything is 0. So in Z what we are getting? 200, 0, 0, 0, 2 and 0. In 200 we are getting only these positive values. So what are the rules given in the problem? You have to concentrate only on Z. You have to focus only on Z values. Okay. First of all, you have to choose the row and column. First you have to choose the column. In what way? We have to see the Z value. Z value minus negative value, the most negative, least negative. So in Z we have least negatives are there or not? In this tabular column, no least negative values in Z. So the problem is over. Sometimes the minus values occur in the Z value. We have to proceed in the same way. You have to choose the column and then XB value divided by choose the column. So we are getting the ratio. Okay, that ratio we have to select the minimum positive. So until we proceed, the Z values are getting positives. Okay, in this problem only the one table, two steps. So no positives, no negative value available in the Z. So what is the maximize Z? Here maximize Z is equal to 200. So what are the values, what are the variables given in the problem? Only x1 and x2. x3, x4, x5, we have to introduce the slack variable x3, x4 and x5. So y3 means x3, y2 means x2, y5 means x5. So what are the problems given? Only x1 and x2. So x1 nothing in the table column. So here x1 is equal to 0 and x2 is equal to 20. Okay, we have to check. So what is the problem given? Maximize Z equal to 4x1 plus 10x2. So what are the solution we are getting? Maximize Z equal to 200. So 4 into x1 is equal to 0 plus 10 into x2. x2 20. So 200 is equal to 10 into 20. That is 200 is equal to 200. We have to check. The problem is finished. Okay, I hope you all understand the simplex problem. In next video, I will upload another one example of the simplex problem. Thank you girls.